Hello and welcome back to our video series, The Web Traffic Blueprint. Now in video 8, we're going to learn some powerful methods to generate quality long-term traffic by simply helping others. Now we're going to do this by making quality comments to other people's blog and forum posts, as well as looking into Google groups by making informative comments in related groups to our niche. Now this is good for our soul and for our bank account. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Now one point I want to make perfectly clear here, and that is that whenever you are providing information within your comment or your forum post, that you are not referring anybody back to your site within those comments. The only thing that's going to be referring people back to your offer is within the signature line or your profile information. Aside from that, the comments and the posts you're providing through these blogs, forums, and Google groups are going to be totally content. That's it. Because you do not want to be seen as a blatant spammer or one that is just there for self-promotion. You'll be kicked out in a heartbeat, as well you should, and all the information, all the time that you spent on generating that content will be for naught, will be wasted, because it's no longer existing. They deleted it and they kicked you out. So keep your advertising, keep your self-promotion to your sig line, and each forum, each blog, each Google group will have their own variation of what is allowed. So be sure and check that out before you start jumping right into this. And it's easily done, really. Either you can just simply ask them, or you can just kind of scan through several of them yourself first and see what is and is not being allowed. Now, first and foremost, you want to consider that this is going to be a little time consuming at first. Just like most anything is, it's free. It's going to be well worth it, though, down the line. So this is an investment of your time. Go to forums. You want to put in your niche. You want to go to your search engine, of course, and in my case it's going to be Google. Put in your niche followed by the word forum. For blogs, put in your niche followed by the word blog. For Google groups, you want to just go to groups.google.com, and whenever you go here, it's going to require you to sign in. And if you do not yet have a Gmail account, for crying out loud, get one. It's free, and there's so many vehicles, there's so many products that Google is providing to the community for free, that without your Gmail account or without some kind of an account with Google, the best being Gmail, because again it's free, you're not going to have access to any of this. So get you a Gmail account, get you a Google email account. It's again free. Who knows, you might even find a need to use that Gmail account at some point. But for some reason or another, you're going to find that once you get that Gmail account, a lot of doors are going to open for you that you may not even know existed. One of which is Google groups. Now whenever you go to Google, like for example here, this is just the beginning stage of the Google groups, and you can do a search for gardening or whatever your niche is, and it will then prompt you to sign up, and then they being the moderators of that particular group will approve or disapprove of you. Most times you're going to approve because they want the input, unless of course it's more of a closed group, in which case you wouldn't want to be in that anyway. So anyway, that's the basic process. Jump around in here. I mean, you're going to get, I would say, try 4 or 5 to begin with, and then narrow it down to just 2, and that way you can kind of spread yourself out over a couple of weeks. One week you're being a great community member in this particular group. Another week you're being a great community member within that group. That is, you are responding to their needs. And in doing so, you may even find a product in the mix. In other words, you're going to see somebody that has a problem. You're going to see if that problem exists in other groups. And you might be able to create a product that solves that problem. Ching ching. Yeah, you hear the cash register closing and opening. That could be one way in which you can find your next product creation too. But I'm kind of jumping off the wrong tangent here. What we want to do here is we want to create a source of traffic, and the best way for that is a link back to your offer. Now that link will not, I repeat, should not be within the comments or the post of your groups or blogs or forums. It will be within the signature line or the profile information of you, not of the comment that you're putting in there. You do not want to be deemed as a blatant self-promotion machine because you'll just get kicked out and your information will be deleted. So it'll be just a waste of time. Now, if you've never seen a blog before, well, you need to get accustomed to the basic format of blogs. And likewise with forums or Google groups. Get out there, start poking around, checking them out, and you'll see a similarity within the blog community or the forum community, how they have things set up. It will require, for the most part with forums and the groups, for you to sign up for those. For the blogs, not necessarily all the time. Sometimes they will. But with the blogs, for example, they will have a comment box at the end of a particular post. Let's see if we can find one here. Okay, here's a post. We'll just click on the title here. Come on down to the bottom for the most part. And we've got some responses. Same thing as comments to that. And in this case here, there is no such thing as a sig line per se, but the comment box, let me show you that here if we've got one. Right here. This is for you to leave a response. Response, comment, tomato, tomato. In this case, they call it a response. But they're going to ask for your name, email address, and the website, which is optional, but not for us. That's exactly what we're looking for. And here within the comment section is where you're going to put your comment. And here is where you will not put anything referring back to your site. This is not where you put your advertisement. This is not where you want to promote your product or your offer. Right here. You put your website here, email address so that you can be notified when anybody else makes a post or a comment, or for that matter when somebody wants to get a hold of you, and your name. Now let me show you how this works out up here. You come up here, your name, if you look down here at the status bar, when you hover over the name, that's the address that they put in there. That's the website address. Right here. That's their website address. Okay? That's their website address. So there you go. And you can see all these are quality contents here. Okay? And there's nothing in here referring to their particular site. So they are looking at, I'm looking at them. Now this is kind of borderline because there's not much to it. Yeah, this was sufficient, but when I'm talking about quality content, I'm talking about trying to establish yourself as an authority figure within this group of people. So again, it's totally up to you, but the main thing is you do not want to throw out spam, and you do not want to self-promote yourself within the comments. Forums, pretty much the same way. In other words, you don't want to promote yourself within the comments or the post within the forum. Let's see if we can find one here real quick. Now with forums, 99% of the time they will require that you be a member, and most of the time they're free. Those that will cost you money, I would say put them off, put them to the sidelines for the now, for now, because there's so many of them out there that will not cost you any money. So go to those first. And here's a good one here. Let's just try the introduce yourself. That's always a good one to start with, especially when you're brand new to a particular forum. Now in this forum setup is you've got the author of this particular thread, and by the way, this is called a thread, and within this thread you have the postings and the views. Got a whole lot of views here, but nobody replied. Let's go to one that has a few replies in it here. Okay, hello from Western Canada. 7 replies. Now over here on the left, you've got a little bit of the profile of that individual. You can click here for more information within that profile. And below this line here is their sig line. Below the line is their sig line. And some forums, well, most forums have some type of limitation on what all can be included here. So many lines, so many characters, so many links. But what you are basically looking for here is your name and a text link back to your offer. In other words, rather than just having a URL here, have it a text link, great tomatoes start here, or hot pepper. And then within that text, you have it hyperlinked back to your site. And that's what I'm referring to as far as a text link. So again, check these out. Get familiarized with the different forums, the different setups of forums. Likewise with the blogs and with the Google groups. And you will find that in the long term, this is going to be a little, in the beginning anyway, this is going to be a little time consuming, but in the long term, you're going to find it's going to pay off dividends time and time again. And this is going to bring us to the end of this video on adding quality comments to receive quality backlinks and in turn, quality targeted traffic. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Have a great day.